Peace, peace, peace. You're now tuned in with the latest and greatest. What's going on? Peace, everybody. Peace. Hope everybody good. So if you here, you're joining me. You already know why we here. You already know what we about to get into, what we about to discuss. So you could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. No, but we gonna get into this stuff with young Pharaoh because as y'all know, I've been posting a lot with young Pharaoh, his recent seeming decline, um, a mental decline rather, and a lot of us been speaking, and I've been reading a lot of comments, and a lot of y'all been speaking, and I've been paying attention, and most of y'all, I can't even say most of y'all, like y'all all basically right. Like I think we all see nothing good coming out of this, and now he just made videos making threats, and these are really serious things because people can take them serious, and law officials can get involved, and my man can really get in some serious trouble out of these threats. So we're gonna dive into them and discuss it, pick it, dissect it, see what we come up with, and hopefully y'all join the comment section, and I'll read the comments and we can start talking about it. But before we do that, make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit the bell notification icon, because after this live, I got a few things I gotta do, and then later on tonight, I got another live I'm gonna do because I want to discuss more about these two gentlemen that I was discussing previously last night. The Lou and the Qua fella. I want to do a deep detailed analysis on those two guys. But on this video, more so, I just want to talk more so on his threats. And I actually got audio, rather. I'm still new to trying to figure all this stuff out. Like I'm trying to get, how people be having like a little pop-up videos on their live streams and everything. Like I can do it when I just make a regular video, but I still haven't figured out how to do it while I'm actually live. So it may not be the video, it may just be the audio, but I mean, same difference. We can go off that. But as y'all know, young Pharaoh, he well, you may know, you may not know. Young Pharaoh, he first he made threats to Rashad Jamal. Now they've been beefing, going back and forth for the past few months. And they both in the conscious community. They both young brothers. They both got huge following. So I think, and they both got egos. They men. So like stuff like that is natural. But now it got to the point where young Pharaoh actually talking about he going to shoot Rashad Jamal in the face if he don't apologize and all that stuff. So let's dive into this right here. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Where you at?
And Rashad Jamal, you started beefing me on the internet, and you threatened my family for clout. I don't know you like that. I'll kill you, nigga. Damn. Apologize right now. Apologize right now. Or you will play. Now. And I'm not playing with you. I'll blow your fucking brains out. Suck my dick, nigga. You threatened my family. I'm not playing with you. I don't know you like that, nigga. Make a video right now and tag iNation. Apologize. Apologize. But when I see you, have your fucking gun. Don't ever threaten my kids. Got me fucked up.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but can you not get in trouble for something like that? Like, can you not get arrested? Like can that not be used against you in the court of law? Because maybe if someone you got money, maybe you got to be a little more popular than me or something. Like I don't know because I'm not huge. I'm a new YouTuber, all that stuff. And I'm basically new to boxing, and then I got injured, so it's like I don't really got no huge following, no huge backing. So I'm looking at it from a standpoint as, well, damn, if I said something like that, I might get in trouble. But shouldn't that man get in trouble too for saying something like that too? Like that's like he actually said he gonna shoot, and he made it public. Like he recording this stuff and putting it on his I Nation IG page. Let's listen to that again. Go back.
And Rashad Jamal, you started beef with me on the internet, and you threatened my family for clout. I don't know you like that. I'll kill you, nigga. Damn. Apologize right now. Apologize right now. Or you will play. Now. And I'm not playing with you. I'll blow your fucking brains out. Suck my dick, nigga. You threatened my family. I'm not playing with you. I don't know you like that, nigga. Make a video right now and tag I.
See all that stuff he's saying. If it was just like normal, derogatory stuff, like the S my D's type stuff, suck my D, and you threaten me, I don't play that stuff. That's all them verbal type stuff. That's all well and good, but when you start mentioning the have your gun and I'll kill you, I'll shoot you in the face and all that stuff, that's where the it goes from just challenging someone to just becoming threats, and those were the charges will come about. I'm assuming that's crazy.
On the internet, and you threaten my family for clout. I don't know you like that. I'll kill you, nigga. Damn. Apologize right now. Apologize right now. Or you will play. Now. And I'm not playing with you. I'll blow your fucking brains out. Suck my dick, nigga. You threaten my family. I'm not playing with you. I don't know you like that, nigga. Make a video right now and tag I Nation. Apologize. Apologize. But when I see you, have your fucking gun. Don't ever threaten my kids. Got me fucked up.
Yeah, that's crazy. Hold on. And I got more. It's not the only one. And this is the one where this one right now and I'm about to play is I believe this is the one where he's threatening the girl that's associated with his aunt and his cousin that's alleged to be missing. He couldn't get no answers from his aunt, so he called the young lady, the female. I think her name was Jen. And sound like a white girl. I don't know. So and the reason why I bring up white girl because let's be fair, race play a part in all this stuff, especially when it comes to black men making threats towards females. If it's a female, that's one thing. If it's a white female, and if it's a black man doing it, I think we if you living here in America, like we know what type of time it is. So and if you listen to this girl voice when he starts saying to her, like she sound real threatening, sound real scared. Like because she wasn't trying to budge, trying to move until he started saying that stuff, and then so she can use that in the court of law against him. Like I'm no expert. Shout out to the lead attorney, and shout out to my guy O'Shea Duke Jackson too, because he just made a video talking about this stuff too. Like we see that what's going on with young Pharaoh. Like now he got money and he can afford lawyers, so they can possibly use a psychotic mental break as an argument. But like this is crazy, and I want to hear these guys thoughts, and I'm sure lead attorney, he's a family law lawyer, but he's a lawyer in general and he knows about law, and I'm sure he will agree with me when I say that these type of things can like really be bad for you. especially him being a social media icon. But let's play this clip.
So where did you get it from? How did she tell you she good? Listen, where the fuck is my cousin at? Listen to me, honestly.
Hold up. I think that's his aunt.
Where's my cousin at?
Hold on, that was his aunt. Wrong clip. Here, I think this is the one.
This bitch listen to my cousin. Is that a fire bitch? Bro.
It is the one.
My cousin Ozza is missing. Listen to me. No, wait a minute. I gotta call her best friend back. I want to know the fucking truth. Real truth. She said my aunt is beating her.
Jenny. That's the girl named Jenny.
How long I knew y'all? I knew y'all since y'all was going to Hutch Tech, right?
Give me 1 second.
Since I was 10 years old, right? Nah, right? Okay, I was 10 and you was 11. You and Ozzy was best friends, right?
Oh, where'd it go? Where did it go? Shoot, I messed up, guys. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I think I messed up big time. Here you go. No, that's not it. That's not it either. Here we go.
Jim, how long I knew y'all? I knew y'all since y'all was going to Hutch Tech, right? Since I was 10 years old, right? Nah, right? Okay, I was.
Shit. I keep messing up. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm real bad at this.
Years old, right? Nah, right? Okay, I was 10 and you was 11. You and Ozzy was best friends, right? Now, you said you stopped communication with her, but you said my aunt has been telling you that she's been okay. Now, I want to know, if your daughter was missing, would you be as calm as my aunt? I just asked her for Ozzy's number and she refused to give it to me. So why can't I hear it from my cousin herself that she's.
Now, when I'm listening to it, and I'm listening to his aunt, and I'm listening to the girl, it sound like, to me, now this is just me from the outside looking in, but it sound like that they don't want to give him information because it sound like maybe the cousin don't want him to know her whereabouts because maybe she's seen a decline, or maybe they see a mental decline in him, and they see the company that he's now keeping, and uh maybe it's like they trying to keep their distance from him, sort of like if someone that we know is going through something and we not trying to have them all close to us because they unpredictable. I told y'all this about my little brother. My little brother, he was he's he been 302 like 3 times last year. And I had the opportunity to for him to for me and him to move together. But like I said in a previous video, like he too unpredictable. And I got kids. I can't be around him like that. So this kind of sound like the same exact thing, but I could be wrong. Let's continue.
Do you got Ozzy's number? When is the last time you verbally heard from her, my cousin's voice? And you said that she said somebody was after her? Mm. Where at in the West Coast? Where specific? Tell me where the fuck she went. No.
See, and this is where and I don't think he understand. This is the point. Like, this is the part where people start disconnecting from him because, or start calling the calling them crazy because you start acting like your reaction is like this, and on some real stuff is feminine. Like, it's real feminine. Like, because men, like real men, we don't act like that. We trying to talk rational and logical. Now we do have our breaking points or our points where we get triggered and upset, but history shown young Pharaoh, he's like this all the time. And this is just a crazy boosted form of how he usually is. So this ain't nothing new as far as him yelling and being real hyper and animated. It's just nowadays he's just being crazy with it. So I can kind of understand the hesitation on people trying to who know him personally want them to know their whereabouts because he's unpredictable right now. Let's continue.
Bro, I'm gonna put 50,000 on your head. Where the fuck is my cousin? 50,000 on your head. Where's my cousin? Where did she go?
Y'all hear that?
Somebody lying. Where did my cousin go?
He just told this lady that he's going to put $50,000 on her head. Now, if you were in court, if we were in court, how you think people would take that? Like how, like how you think the jury or a prosecutor will try to, like, don't you think prosecution will use that as a sticking point to try to get him sent under the jail? Like, and from this point on, listen to her mannerisms, like listen to her voice now. After all that, and he's going to start talking more and more about the threats, and just like listen to how she respond, and she sound like a person that now she sound like a person under duress. So that's the point I'm getting to. Now it can be interpreted in court as, he threatened her and he forced her to disclose information because, she felt like her life was threatened. Let's continue.
You should be. You should be. You should be. Where the fuck is my cousin? Where is my cousin? Jenny, I will shoot you myself. I will shoot you myself. Where the fuck is my cousin?
Yo, like when I first heard this, like late last night after I did my live stream, because I was going to do it afterwards, but I was so tired I couldn't do it. I had to wait till right now. But as I start listening to this, I'm like, oh my god, my man is just like I was recording it so I can get ready for right now. But as I'm listening to it, as I'm recording it, I'm like, he just digging himself deeper and deeper into a hole, and like now, like the golden beauty thing, that was one thing. This is domestic. That's something that's natural that people go through and everything. Um, we see that happen a lot in the community. This right here is on a whole nother level, and because think about it, he was someone who went against the grain all last year, all for the last few years. Supporting who was in office last year, and going against who's in office now, and talking about the number 44, and talking about Clintons and the Epsteins, and just making all this stuff. And so people probably was just watching him and waiting for an opportunity to present himself so they can go and get him. And now like he making this stuff just he making it easy. He making it easy work for investigators. He making it easy work for law officials. If the government officials, like how the people he always say who after him, and that's the crazy part about it. Like he talk about this stuff a lot, saying how the government and the feds and everybody watching them and how they after them and everything, and they looking for ways to get them and stuff. But you doing things like this and you publicly doing it, we're gonna listen more into it, because he don't even care that he's threatened to her. He actually tells her that he recording it and he's gonna put it on his YouTube channel. Like this is crazy. This is beyond me, and this is how I furthermore knew that something is off. Like I read the comments. I see people saying that this all could be fake. I I heard people saying that he doing this for clout, for attention, and all that stuff. Yeah, it's attention. It's like this is a call for help. He need real serious help, because at this point it's not a game. This is not something. This not really a laughing matter on some real stuff. Like I ain't make this video. I'm not going live to make fun and to crack jokes and all that stuff. Like this is some crazy stuff. And my man needed some help, and he got these dudes. I swear I'm gonna make this video about these guys, because he just got these dudes just sitting around him 24/7. These two new guys, and they just recording everything he doing, and they just chilling in the cut in the background, just riding the wave, and they not even letting him know. Like they see that he's self-destructing, and they not even trying to do nothing. Like that's the corny stuff about it. But they supposed to be out in nation major and general. Like if you the major, you the general, and you see that the captain, the king or whatever, the president is off his square. Like you supposed to like support them, and if you really a team player anyway. But some people just, if the person, the CEO, give that person, the lesser person, that position of power, then a lot of times that lesser person can't wait for the head to get knocked off, so now they can be next in line. And that's basically what I see what's going on with this Qua and Lou people. But let's continue.
Where's my cousin? This is the last time I'm gonna ask you, Jenny. Now listen to me. I'm not playing with you. I knew you since we was 10 years old. You say 9, so I'm gonna say 9. Listen to me. If you don't tell me where the fuck my missing cousin is at, off the grid somewhere doing rituals, probably with some satanic, crazy ass, child sacrificing, human trafficking ass white people. If you don't tell me where the fuck my cousin is at, I'm gonna blow your fucking brains off. How serious am I? I'm recording this video, and I'm gonna put it on my YouTube channel, and the whole world is gonna know. I'm gonna blow your fucking brains out myself. Where the fuck is my cousin at? Now, tell me.
Yo, he's dead serious too. I gotta go back. Like he was serious about that.
And I'm gonna put it on my YouTube channel. If you don't tell me where the fuck my cousin is at, I'm gonna blow your fucking brains out.
And listen to what she said to him. She like, you're threatening me. Like she actually said that. If it's like the audio is a little low, but if you actually hear what she's saying, like she terrified. Listen.
How serious am I? I'm recording as child sacrificing, human trafficking ass white people. If you don't tell me where the fuck my cousin is at, I'm gonna blow your fucking brains out. How serious am I? Years old. You say 9, so I'm gonna say 9.
You heard that?
If
He
you don't tell
threatened
me
to
where
kill
the
me.
fuck my missing cousin is at, off the grid somewhere doing rituals, probably with some satanic, crazy ass, child sacrificing, human trafficking ass white people. If you don't tell me where the fuck my cousin is at, I'm gonna blow your fucking brains out. How serious am I? I'm recording this video, and I'm gonna put it on my YouTube channel, and the whole world is gonna know. I'm gonna blow your fucking brains out myself. Where the fuck is my cousin at? Now, tell me. Don't play with me. Your cousin is in Washington. Washington what, DC? No, state. Washington State?
Look, now she just told him. It took for him to say that I'm gonna blow your brains out for her to give him the answer. Now we all know what that can be interpreted as. Like I'm assuming that we all got common sense. Like he just threatened that lady. Like tell me or else. Like so like when they go after him because and like I'm gonna make this disclaimer right now. I'm not trying to make this video because he already put it out there, and I see a couple of other people. To be fair, the smaller YouTube channels than I am, but I see a couple of other people screen recording them and putting the stuff out there too. So, you know, whether I made this stuff, whether I made this live or not, eventually this was going to come out. So I know some people probably gonna be mad at me and everything for actually doing this stuff and put it out there, but he like y'all just heard himself. He said I'm putting it on YouTube and everything, and his channel is way bigger than mine's. So and his IG is way bigger than mine. So and if they watching him, they gonna see this stuff regardless. You know, so you can hate the messenger or whatever, but you know, I would say direct your energy towards the source. And the source put this stuff out there himself and just said that he's putting it on his YouTube channel and everything. So they were the powers that be, the law, they're gonna come after him sooner or later. Like think about it. The thing with Brother Polite, it happened back in February, and now all this stuff just coming up. He just getting arrested and all this stuff. So, you know, I think when people start like when it comes to things like this and public figures and all that stuff, like I think the law and people like that, they watch from afar and build up a case. You know, they try to gather as much as possible. Now they can be watched, they can see what he's doing, recording everything and just taking notes. You know, because like we are like because we watching this in real time. So you think they're not watching it in real time either? So they can just be sitting back the whole time and just see how it just started from, you know, they can use the whole golden beauty thing situation, saying that he's, you know, and he because he's a trained professional fighter, they can use it against him too. I know because it was used against me. So that and making threats with other, you know, YouTube personality, i.e. Hassan Campbell, Rashad Jamal, things like that, and now all of this stuff is just basically I don't see any good coming out of all this in the end form. And if by the some grace of God, but he come out of this, you know, it's gonna cost him a whole lot. It's probably gonna take everything that he probably built up to get to this point in his life for him just to get out of trouble, because this is some serious allegations. This is some crazy stuff. But let's continue.
Specific. Who was she with some white people or some black people last? Now, what did my aunt tell you that my cousin said last? Now, who did she tell you told her that? She said that it come out of her mouth herself, out of Anna's mouth herself. So she said she talked to Anna herself and she said she was fine. Now,
Yeah. Okay, that was the end of that video. I think I got another one. Here we go.
Did you ask about Ozzy? Because you was worried about her, or what? Or what was your intent? Why did you even ask how she was doing? What made you and my aunt start to talk? Oh, because you saw on Google that she was missing?
Now you see how she's stuttering? Like she's not trying to answer that, man. And like all this stuff is being documented. He documented it. Obviously, I documented it. I see other like I said, other small YouTubers, not really big YouTubers I've seen thus far making videos about this. I mean, I seen my guy O'Shea Duke Jackson talking about him, but I haven't seen anybody actually screen recording it and uploading it other than smaller YouTuber channels. But it's being documented. So y'all don't think that the feds or the government officials or the cops, whatever local, state feds, y'all don't think that they might be watching this stuff and documenting it too? Like they got technology and they got access to technology that's pretty much free to them. They don't gotta they don't cost out of pocket, so they can get the best of the best, and they can pick up on audios and stuff that probably cost us thousands of dollars to do. So all this stuff is being documented, and the fact that how he call him, like how he like to boast, like he's he'd say that he's the smartest guy and how no one can mess with him intellectually and all that stuff. Well, him making these videos is not intellectual. Like, and this is not me supporting what he doing and everything, but if he was smart about it, he wouldn't have recorded. Like he would have just did it and probably hoped and prayed that the party that he was talking to on the phone wasn't recording the audio or whatever. But the fact that he got his two flunkies sitting in the room and recording this stuff for him, it lets me know that one, he lost his marbles, because the young Pharaoh of old would never done no stuff like that, because he would have had a clear conscious mind and understood that he putting himself in a debacle. Like he just got off of parole. Was it last year or earlier this year? Like he was on parole for like 5 years, and so he just got off. That's how he was able to move from Buffalo to Texas, because he just got off of parole. Like now all the money he accumulated over the years from being on parole, and you give him credit because he couldn't do nothing, he couldn't move, so he had a strong work ethic, so that's why he just honed in on YouTube and social media and doing his stuff, and just basically earned saving his income. Can't really do anything, can't really move anywhere because you're on parole. Now that you finally off, uh and all that money that you saved up over the years because you couldn't do anything, now it's like you probably just got so much of it and it's just so freely to, I don't know, it's, I think y'all get what I'm saying. But yeah, my guy, he definitely need some serious help. Let me move this over, look at the chats a little bit, see what y'all saying. I don't want to butcher the last name. King Resume 2 said, he is wrong, true enough, but what about everything else going on in the world? Are you serious? Yeah, I mean, when you talk about the world, this is the world. All this stuff that's going on in the world, is this not part of what's going on in the world? I find that funny when people say things like that, because basically your argument, uh see, I'm kind of, I'm one of those people who get real detailed and stuff. And if you want to have a conversation and start and want to try to be logical with things and rational, then I'll give you that. And we can go down that road. Well, when you talk about things that's going on in the world, I mean, you got brother polite allegations. You can take it closer to politics. You can take it to police brutality. You can take it everywhere. Everything that's going on in the world is going on in the world. It really don't matter what type of discussion you're talking about, because it's all part of this earth. So when people say you talk about this, but what about everything else is going on in the world? Well, this is going on in the world right here with young Pharaoh, someone who was a inspiration to a lot of people, and now the people that looked up to him, or who learned from him or gained some type of knowledge from him, now we see him declining. So I'm not sure how a lot of y'all feel about that stuff, but to a lot of people who actually watched him and cared about what he said and what he stood for, that's important. So basically, we can agree to disagree. Nikki Blaine says, "Who are these great value bodyguards that he hired?" Yeah, he said the name is Qua and Lou. That's the names that he said. That's the names that I'm giving them. Um, who are they? He said in a previous video that they were He said the guy Lou was a subscriber. Now I'm assuming they probably were subscribers to his channel and subscribers to Ot Nation, and probably been, supporting him and following him for a while or whatever. So he probably feels though that he know them, but he don't know them. They strangers. It's the same thing with me and y'all. Like, I got people who've been subscribed to me since day one, but if they showed up at my door, that don't mean that I know them. That means you just was subscriber. You were a subscriber here on YouTube, and that's not a knock. That's not a diss. Like, you were supporting me, but now I'm meeting you in the realm of the physical. This is not a social media interaction or whatever. Now we actually talking, and for those who know, you don't really know someone until you. What's that saying? You don't know someone until you live with them, or you don't really know someone until you be around them long enough. Same difference, same situation. So you gotta actually get around that people and know them. You don't know just random people. That's my thing. Okay, what else? Sheldon McLean says someone needs to have a talk with him. He needs to see a psychologist. He definitely needs to see a shrink. Most definitely. Pimpy Doodle, Pimpy Doodle. That's a good name. Pimpy Doodle said he's setting himself up to fail. He's setting himself up to fail in the biggest way possible, is what I see. Like, it's however way you slice it, it's no real good coming out of this. Like, he making threats, he looking crazy. Even if he didn't go to jail for making the threats and all that stuff, like, The sad part about it is all this stuff he's been doing now, all this recent stuff he's been posting is basically going to is discredit everything that he's done good thus far. Like now he's just gonna it would have to take some seriously uh damage control for an extended period of time for him to get back in the good graces of people, or for people to maybe try to support him and understand him, or believe in him or what he says like they used to, because you can't take anything he says right now for face value anymore because he sound crazy. Hmm. But I got more of this audio. Let me finish. Let me see.
Did you ask about Ozzy? Because you was worried about her, or what? Or what was your intent? Why did you even ask how she was doing? What made you and my aunt start to talk? Oh, because you saw on Google that she was missing.
You know what it sound like? It sound like this lady inside one of those interrogation rooms, and he like the one of the bad cops, and he like threatening her with like all this time, and saying, and like uh we gonna lock you up, your husband up, your kids up, and all that stuff if you don't give us the information that we need. All this stuff, like he sound like one of them type of dudes right now, because y'all heard it in the beginning. She wasn't really trying to say nothing. Soon as he said, "I'm gonna kill you and shoot you in your face and stuff," she's singing like a mockingbird right now. Listen.
Oh, you see, she was missing on Google. You called my stupid ass bitch of a aunt and kicked me out the house when I was 13. So now I want to know if my aunt is the last one who talked to my cousin. She should know what day and what time, or around what day and time, and what number she talked to my cousin from. And they should be able to trace that phone number and find my cousin. You say it was in Washington. How long ago did you say that you had this conversation with my aunt where she talked to my cousin? I need specifics because I'm about to find my cousin.
You know what's so crazy? When I first heard this early this morning, when he said that, I was sitting there thinking, and I hate to be like the always the negative person, but I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, sad part about it is he probably not even gonna end up finding his cousin, because he might gonna end up being in jail by that time. Because if you truly care, like because I believe that he truly cares and trying to find his cousins and all that stuff. Like I truly do believe that. I believe that he believes that, but the way he going about it is all wrong. Is all messed up. Let's continue.
And the bitch never texted to me. And I called her back. And she played games. My rear general is here and my motherfucking major is here. They not gonna lie. The bitch talking about what? Don't talk to me like that.
He said his rear general and his major. He talking about the two snakes, Qua and Lou. That's what he talking about. No, we gonna do that live stream talking about those guys. We gonna do it.
I ain't grown. I ain't never in my life been disrespectful to no adults. I've always been very. One thing about me that everybody can say, they ain't never seen me disrespect my elders. Never. But I see it's the elders that's doing the bullshit. It ain't the kids. So listen here. Let me ask you right now. How long ago? Give me a date. Because my cousin may be in danger. Where's she at? When was the last time you talked to her? Washington State. Do you have any other specific information besides that?
So that particular phone call between me and Ozzo was in 2019.
No, the last time you talked to my aunt. That was in 2019.
I told you that I called her at the beginning of the pandemic, and then she emailed me, and I was like, look, I want to know if that's okay. And then this week, I said, oh hey,
listen, when you just text me my aunt number, you said sure thing, Marsh. Her number is blank. This right? Then you said she will be waiting on your call. She just texted you.
Right. Yes.
Now, how did you know she would be waiting on my call?
Because I talked with her today. Because I said, Marsh, can I have permission to give your phone number to my friend?
Right. And you told her what it was for, right?
No, I said, all I said in the message, you say he's been trying to contact you.
Okay, I respect that. Now, let me ask you one last question, then I'm gone. On or around what date was the last time that my aunt told you she spoke to my cousin?
She didn't give me an exact date of when she talked to us. She just said that, she was like, we're talking a lot more these days.
Okay, now on or around what date was that when she told you that?
That was this week.
So she told you this week that she been talking to my cousin a lot more, right?
Yeah, but she didn't give any specifics on anything, okay?
Okay, thank you. Listen, Jenny, love you. Gotta go. I'm trying to find my cousin. I love you. Yes.
Right. Did you hear that? Now, look. I'm glad that part came. He tried to hang up and everything like I love you. She just reminded him like, hold up. Do you not realize that you just threatened to kill me? Like, now, I don't know this Jenny person, but when a person says that back to you afterwards, usually 9 times out of 10, they're going to follow up on something like that because they're taking it very seriously. And this is like the whole point of why I made this video, because if nobody's probably not going to do anything or say anything, this Jenny person, it sounds like this Jenny person is going to maybe spill the beans. And when she said that, listen to my man response right after that. Let's go back and listen.
Okay, thank you. Listen, Jenny, love you. Gotta go. I'm trying to find my cousin. I love you. Yes, bitch. And if I find out you had something to do with my cousin missing, I'm gonna blow your motherfucking brains out. But if you ain't have nothing to do with it, we good. Have a good day.
How the fuck? How you going to try to say that? And say, well, if you ain't got nothing to do it, we good. Have a good day. Love you. Like that's that means his psychosis, his psyche right now is way off balance because like no, that's not that's not rational thinking at all, my man. Let me read this. Only hard knock beat says, but a shrink, no. He also says, but I will say it's a good thing he's wilding because he'll see where he has fallen into, so he'll know how much more work to do on himself. Yeah, well, we gonna have to disagree on that, my brother, because if he was falling without making threats to people and all that stuff, if it was just something that he was just doing on himself or whatever, just being just crazy and all that, then I would probably agree with your argument and all that. Your argument would have more, valid points to it. But it's not a good thing because right now, his wilding, like you call it, It's causing him to make threats to people and potentially get him locked up. And he won't be able to see his kids and tend for his kids and continue to make the money that he been making. Like he did it the hard way, like a lot of us black folks here in America got to do, because we didn't have people in our families like abroad to leave us behind legacy. So it's kind of like something like Tupac said back in, like I listened to like a lot of motivational speeches or whatever, and from corporate people to actors to motivational speakers, and one of them was this one old clip I used to listen to was Tupac, and he was saying like how us as being black, and it was something that Will Smith piggybacked off too, but like how us being black folks here in America, even like black folks abroad across the world, we get like looked down upon, and most of us don't have that legacy. We didn't have people that to leave things for us, leave some type of money, wealth, security, whatever it may be, um behind for it, to make life a little easier for us. Like we have to start. It's like every generation we gotta that generation gotta start from scratch or whatever. So, you know, when we get to a point where we're able to build generational wealth and have form a legacy and all that stuff, it's like a real big deal to us. And most of us, I think we understand that we try not to mess things like that up. And the fact that he built that legacy for him and his family, he just said in his video, like he doing stuff to try to build generational wealth for his children. Well, it seems that he's the only one who was smart enough, who was able to do that in his circle, in his family. And because of all this stuff that's happening and all that, like now he probably won't be able to do that because it's some serious stuff about to pop off with him. So that's kind of my whole. I know I talk a whole bunch, but I try to be as detailed as possible. Sometimes it could be too much, but I always say the devil is in the details. So that's how I learn. That's how I get to understand, because I try to tell people to explain things to me. So I try to explain things as clearly and try to be as transparent as I can. It may come off as just rant or whatever or go off rail, but that's just me. I mean, understand. Just me says, love these live streams, bro. Keep spinning the truth. Thanks. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm you know what? It's so crazy. All this time that I've been, finally able to go live since I've been monetized, I really don't really go live. And I see a lot of people that I'm subscribed to, they go live like every day, and some of them go live a few times a day. And I think it probably would be more easier than me making videos, because I gotta keep constantly, because like one of my videos may take a while because I gotta do so much editing. And from what I learned, a lot of these big YouTubers, they got like editing teams and they got people helping them. I don't got nobody. This is just me. Like before before a week and a half ago, all my videos was from my phone. From my phone right now, and I'm sitting on my Chromebook I just bought a week and a half ago. But so I'm doing everything, off the top of the dome. I'm not. I say it all the time. I'm not tech savvy. My daughters is in tech with better than me. So I'm like still just trying to learn, but I'm getting there. I'm eventually get it. Thank you. Dream with Breen says Jenny and the aunt are calm because maybe she's been found. His cousin went missing in 2020. YP didn't address this in 2020. That's how out of touch he is with the cousin in the first place. Wow. See, I didn't know that. You just what's it? Dream with Breen? Like you just taught me something because I didn't know that. And if that's the case, then I can see why they so nonchalant about it. And like I said, you know, because they are calm. You notice how calm they are, and they know YP. They see how out of touch he is. You even hear his aunt telling him because you're not right. When was the last time you slept? He said in several videos that a lot of his family and friends saying that he's going crazy. So this might be it right here. This might be we might just these videos and audios and stuff might just be the the verification that his family and friends, like the people who know him closely, don't really trust him. Don't see or see that he's not himself. So and all these signs, all these symptoms, like I keep saying, like I told you about my little brother, all this stuff is real familiar. Like so we're gonna look at young Pharaoh as the antagonist. So the antagonist, they start believing that the family and friends and everything are the people or the perpetrators or the ones who's going against them and all this stuff, and the whole time is dumb. So they start turning against the family and start making this family seem like they're the enemies and everything. So then they start going around people, not really people who will love them and really tell them about themselves, but they'll start going around people who will validate their BS and all that stuff. And maybe these people might be less fortunate than them, i.e., Qua and Lou. And so they're not going to tell you that you're on BS. They're not going to say all that stuff because you're the way they eat. You're the person that's feeding them, giving them a place to stay, giving them money, giving them food, whatever. They doing all this polygamy stuff, so giving them women. So of course they're not going to tell you nothing wrong. You everything you say is sound good. Although, and you can see that they're not buying half of that stuff that he talking about and doing. Like you can clearly see it. I know I see it. I know, and I'm sure a lot of y'all see it too. Like every time he asks them questions, like when he got the phone and he's like, "Yeah, so didn't I say that? What you think?" And he'll turn the camera on them, and he's just like, "Yeah," or right, like I said, the boy Lou, he just be like, "Yeah," like with the little dumb blank face. The boy Qua, the real sneaky one, he try. He be like, "Yeah, you right." Like he'll try to put some emphasis into his response, to make it seem real and authentic. But when you read between the lines, when you know people, when you know shady, when you peep game, like I always say, game peep game, real recognize real, you know, to some extent, BS recognize BS. Cause to be fair, I can BS some people too. So I recognize it. Like when I always say, always put myself in these situations because we're all the same. We all human. None of us perfect. I mean, I'm not going to sit up here on this internet and act like I'm just this innocent, perfect guy because I'm far from it. So I see all this stuff, and a lot of y'all see it too. And the sad part about it is our guy YP, he don't see it. Um, um, Dream with Brain says, listen to the aunt. The aunt calmly says she is fine. Jenny even tells the location of the cousin, Washington State. Yeah, she did, but like I was saying, Jenny told him the location only after he threatened her. Like if you was if you Pete, I'm sure you did, but like if you notice, Jenny wasn't trying to say anything to him. She wasn't trying to she was like beating around the bush. She was dancing around it, tiptoeing around it. She wasn't trying to let him know. It was only after he said, "I'm going to shoot you in the face, blow your head off," whatever he said. Uh, that's when Jenny started, um, getting on the stage and start singing her best performance. That's when she starts saying everything. Start telling where the cousin social security cards and all that stuff was at, because it sounded like Jenny was terrified. Jenny was afraid for her life. And when if you if you I don't know how old Jenny is. I don't know how she look or whatever, but from the way she sound real fragile. And if you're a fragile person and you dealing with a young Pharaoh and his mental state and hearing how he sound, a fragile person can be real intimidated by that. So, I don't blame her for spilling the beans after the fact, but it was like I said, it was only after the fact that she started saying something, because it had he not said that I'm gonna blow your brains out, I don't think she would have told him that it was Washington State. I just don't. I didn't see it. Yes, Jenny dreamed. What was a dream with brain? Am I saying it right? Dream with, is it brain or Bryn? Is it dream with brain? But dream with brain says yes. Jenny totally cracked, but yeah, okay, thank you. She said yes. Jenny totally cracked, but I think she really believed he might hurt her. Yeah, exactly, because he knows everything about Jenny. Exactly, I totally agree. Hard Knock Beat said, "Yeah, I agree. I don't think those guys should be around him. I think they're chasing his bag. I think we all see they chasing his bag. Like I'm like I said, I'm gonna get into that video talking about those guys, but they looking at young Pharaoh like an easy come up. He a target. He a mark for them. That's all it is. He he's like to them, they like the hood got the hood predators and stuff, and young Pharaoh is the 6ix9ine, the Takashi 6ix9ine, the soldier boy. He's the clown, the noodle with money. The joke that got bread, someone that they can use and come up on. And it's unfortunate that I gotta use that analogy, but that's what it is. They looking at him because that's how like Grammy people look at 6ix9ine and Soldier Boy, like because 6ix9ine and Soldier Boy, they got money, but people also look at them like noodles, and because they always trying to validate themselves by trying to hang around with gangsters and being with hood people, those hood dudes and all that stuff. Most of them opportunists, they going like, all right, you come around all that stuff, but you going to hook us up and all that stuff too. Same thing I see with these guys. Same difference. Only the hot not only one hard night beat said facts. Exactly. Dream with Brain says Jenny is fully aware of the so-called perceived power why Pete holds, so she definitely felt threatened. Exactly. Dream with Brain says great assessment. Glad I found your channel. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Some people think that I do too much, or I might be too detailed in it, words. You know, I think so too sometimes, but that's how I like to be explained. I like people explaining things to me detail. Maybe because I get that from my dad. My dad was like that. And for those who know, I mentioned my dad passed away 2 days before my birthday in 2019, and I just noticed, just a lot of my dad is rubbing off on me, and it's not me like trying to be like him. It's just unconsciously, just I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I see a lot of my dad in me nowadays, and he was real assertive, but he was real detailed and explaining things and try to get a detailed explanation when someone was trying to explain things to him and all that. So, and me having a lifetime of watching him, I guess I just picked up on it. But uh yeah, I think that young Pharaoh is like they say he about to be in a whole heap of trouble. I think young Pharaoh is going to be in a whole heap of trouble real soon. Because let me know in the comment sections. Let me know if y'all think Jenny gonna spill the beans. Y'all think Jenny gonna tell, or do y'all think that the aunt gonna tell, or do y'all think that um like Rashad Jamal or someone in Jamal's camp would tell on him? Because all that stuff is live. It's documented in those threats. It wasn't like playing. And even if he can try to say he was playing, it didn't sound like it was playing. So it can be taken as serious. So do y'all think he's going to end up getting in trouble for this? That's one thing. Do y'all think that he's going to end up getting in trouble for this? And if so, who do y'all believe the person who's going to finally spill the beans on him? Chase Collins says this downfall of YP don't nobody want to hear. No spiritual stuff had this last week. He also says his videos got worse and worse. Yeah, his videos got worse and worse. Someone said in a comment section a few days ago, they said more money, more problems, more problems. Ah, shoot. What was it? I wish I would have wrote it down because I said I was going to make a video about it. There's more money, more problems, more something, more. Ah, God. But it's all the same. Like the more money you got, the more problems you're gonna have, and the more issues, and it's just crazy. Let me see. YP hasn't. Dream with Bean says YP hasn't posted today. I'm wondering, did his YouTube get a strike? That's interesting too. You know what's so funny? Chase, was it Chase or Dream? Dream, yeah, Dream with Bean said that. You know what's funny, Dream? When I woke up today, I was wondering the same thing. I said, I wonder if that video he made, I wonder if he's gonna get a strike, or if we're gonna hear someone gonna post a video like YP got arrested or something today for making threats. Like I was wondering if I was gonna see that. Obviously I didn't see it today, but the day is still young, and you still got the next couple of days too. So like just like some of this stuff, like I said, it takes time. It took them months to arrest Brother Polite when the thing that happened to the girl was back in February. So we still may see something. Chase, exactly. Chase Collins pointed out something. He did give the cops his YouTube. The officer that came to his house and he was talking and all that stuff, and he was like, "You can record it and y'all can watch my YouTube channel." So he gave the cops his YouTube, and because mind you, all this stuff been happening at that location. You know, from Golden Beauty, from to all this stuff, constant. It seemed like every day or every other day, something has been happening at that house and location. You think the neighbors not calling the cops? And you think the cops that's been coming there not watching them, paying close attention because and they see that he's a public figure, a controversial public figure from who's not even from there, from Buffalo, New York, and now you here in Texas causing drama. So you think they're not going to watch and pay attention and see this stuff? So Chase, that's real. I'm glad you said that because that was smart because he damn sure did give them his YouTube and they watching. To speak says someone should tell so he can get a taste of reality. Ah, darn! You want someone to tell him? I mean, I've been in jail before. I've been in prison before. I don't wish that on nobody. But hey, if he making those threats and all that stuff, and he can possibly really potentially hurt somebody, then shoot, maybe he need to be locked up. At least be off the streets as far as like get help. Maybe he need to be in a psychiatric ward or something, you know, where he can't inflict harm on anybody or himself. Just me said yes. One of them are going to tell because his aunt already kicked him out when he was 13. So I not think she hesitate. I like to think that she won't hesitate to call the cops on him. Right, she did. She kicked him out when he was 13, and he keep bringing it up, being real petty. You know, I know a lot about pettiness. I'm pretty petty myself, but you know, I thought that I was probably one of the ultimate pettiest people, but when I hear some people on a petty stuff, I'm like, wow, y'all take the cake. And I'm not going to be keep bringing up some stuff when I was 13 years old. Me being a grown man now, like it's that's too bitterness for me. Like move on, grow up. You know. Geneva Bean said it will be his aunt that will spill the beans. He dog walked her. Chase Collins said his auntie calling him Marshall had me dying. Can't believe he would talk to his auntie like that. Right, right. I forgot that his name was Marshall. Sheila McLean says, I think that's a good trait to have as far as you're concerned because people love to talk in circles. Oh, thank you. Only one hard knock beat says he'll this chat going fast. He'll reap what he sows, but I'll never discredit the knowledge he brought. Right, and that's the same thing I'm trying like talk about on these videos too. Although people may not like the fact that I'm posting these videos and saying all this stuff like that, but like I keep saying, I still don't take away the knowledge that he put me game on. You know, that's without saying, you know, like he put me game on a lot of stuff. And I think that's the whole point of why I'm paying attention so closely to this stuff because for one, it's like it's affecting me. It hits close to home because it's like, bro, I've been watching you for like 3 years, 3 or 4 years. And now all of a sudden you seem like a totally different person. And it definitely hit closer to home because like I keep mentioning his rapid decline, these symptoms that he's exhibiting, same the thing with my little brother. Same thing that decline. It started off slow, then it started getting rapid and rapid and rapid too. It's just like they'd be a different person or whatever. And it's mental, it's drugs because they start trying to feel like they can cope, whatever. It be because it's stress. You know, they can be stressed, depressed, and everything. You know, young Pharaoh, he's stressed, depressed. He get a lot of hate from people on the internet, all this stuff. How he say his people turned away from him, his community turned away from him. So, you know, he figured maybe he can, you know, get zooted, turn out, tune things out. But as we all know, that all that stuff is temporarily, is a false sense of happiness. And the more you take it, the more addictive you be, especially depending on what it is that your vice, your addiction of choice. So yeah, I see bad things. Chase Collins said, "Yeah, he inviting the police. I'm surprised he didn't post yet today. It's almost 3 p.m. Eastern time." Right, and someone that just said, Dream of Brain said the same thing. Chase, like, is he in trouble now? Like, we're talking about it, making like I'm making this live stream. We're talking about it, and if he haven't posted, but yet by now, when the pattern shows that he would have posted by now, then I mean the question got to ask: is he in trouble? Like, did something happen? Did the cops get involved? You know, um, and if so, why ain't nobody recorded? Why his lieutenant, his general, his major, why they ain't posted and all that stuff in support of young Pharaoh in defense, all that stuff. So like I don't know. I'm just speculating, but that's the interesting question. Is I'm looking at the time and I'm like he would have posted by now unless he busy doing stuff. They out there doing stuff, and then they plan on post later on, and that's different. But you know, that's a fair question to ask. He ain't posted yet by now, so what's going on? King World 20, King World 2020, King of the commentary started to share your videos today. Also says keep going in on them. Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you so much. Yeah, we just try to keep y'all updated and just try to keep this news going on. Like I said before, I started this channel last year. Um, July. I forget what day. July last year. If you go on my channel and look up the John, I think you can see exactly what day. But I keep trying to bring these news out here, stuff that I don't see on mainstream or stuff that we pay attention to anyway on mainstream. Like so, young Pharaoh, he probably is not. Although I did see little clips, small little mainstream clips he was on, or like new local news channels on certain states that he was attended or event or been disinvited to an event, so they posted about him. But like a lot of this stuff that we watch anyway here on YouTube, mainstream really don't follow. So that's why we call it new media. That's why we us as content creators, we on here doing our thing, because we trying to bring y'all the stuff that one that we want to see and that y'all want to see. So that's that. But thank you, I appreciate it. Chase Collins said they've been to his house 3 or 4 times in 24 hours. Yo, I feel bad for him, man. Putting his dress out multiple times. When the police came and said, "Who from New York will be calling and prancing us?" YP said Andrew Cuomo and Anthony Weiner. I was like, yeah. Yeah, when he said, because he been talking about Anthony Cuomo, and he was talking about Anthony Weiner's laptop. That I was watching it too. I was watching the look on the cop face, and the cop was trying his hardest to keep a straight face and all that stuff. The cop probably was thinking in his head like, this dude is he not the sharpest knife in the drawer. I'll tell you that for sure. Chase Collins said I would keep them dudes, just watch him talk like that to women, his family, and just people in general. Damn, it's a lot of comments. Lewis Marshall said, King World brought me here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Lewis. Appreciate you, King World. Salute. I'm gonna have to subscribe to your channel. Chase Collins said his mind seems to be all over the place too. While P hasn't talked about any current events. Right. He's not. Y'all notice? He like he'll be in the video with the two flunkies and he'll say what we talk about over here. We talk about getting money. Talk about if you notice, it's not about the kids because remember it's about the kids. It's about the children. You know the trafficking and all that stuff. All that stuff was first. That was top priority. If you notice when with these new guys with him and stuff, they mention that on the back end just to try to bring like as a filler in, you know, like they'll like just to let people know, oh well, we ain't still forget about that. But because if you notice, he like, what we be doing over here? We won't be kidnapping girls. We won't be doing that. What we do? He said we talk, and he talk about typical hood dumb lazy boy stuff. He said we talk about playing the game, getting money, F&Bs, bros over hoes, and then you saving the children. Like, come on, bro. Like saving the children all the way at the end. That's at the bottom of the totem pole now. Because you got money and all that stuff now. Like, see, people like when you start paying attention to all this stuff, that's why like you shouldn't be fake. You gotta be authentic. Like if you're gonna like, all right, and this is just my advice for all new content creators. If you're gonna come on here on this platform or any platform, any public medium platform that you can gain followers and get monetized and all that stuff, my advice to you is be authentic as possible. I just was having a conversation about my friend with one of my friends on the phone last night. I was telling her like be authentic as you can possibly be, because if you ever happen to make it, success brings haters. So people are going to always start trying to, once you start making, people are going to start trying to dig up stuff just to find something on you to bring you down or whatever. And not even just that, but whatever your niche is, if you're coming out on the guise of you trying to help people, or you're trying on the guise of being you're a teacher, and then if you happen to make it and you start changing your whole demographic, then you're gonna start looking phony and all that stuff. So if you're gonna come on this YouTube thing, like be real. If you don't really care about children and all that stuff, if you don't really care about helping people, that's fair, because a lot of people not on here doing that stuff, so they're not going to make their channels about that stuff. So basically what I'm saying is don't try to start something. Don't start off being somewhere and then turn out to be fake once you get to a certain point where you want to be at, and now you turn your back on your whole message and all that stuff. Because if y'all notice, it seems like a lot of these people that once they finally make it, they turn their back on the whole message that what got them to that place where they at now in the first place. So if you're just being like this, and that's something that I had to learn too, and that's part of the conversation that I was having with my friend last night, like just trying to find your niche, because people are not stupid. People pay attention, and the individual pay attention, and the person is not stupid. The person is well aware of his or her surroundings, what's going on and stuff. So the person is going to remember that you said and did one thing, and now all of a sudden you switch the thing up, and then a lot of times, especially nowadays, like most people are petty. They're going to bring that in your face, and they're going to let you know how much of a full of crap that you are, and then they're going to try to expose you. So, so like you gotta, whatever your niche is, whatever you are in the beginning, basically stay consistent, because once you veer off that path, it's gonna look real bad for you and all that stuff. Like that's why I'm not only here talking about I want to save the world and save all this stuff like that. Like I'm not against you know all that stuff, but that's not what my channel is about. I'm a conversational starter. This is a reaction and commentary and starting conversations and all that stuff. Like I'm not saying that I'm out here starting drives and starting food chains and donating and all this stuff, because then now I gotta show receipts. I gotta keep doing all this stuff, and people gonna you know start exposing you if you come out to be false. So that's basically my whole point with that. And these guys like young Pharaoh and all of them, they switched their whole thing up. One moment they teachers and now it's bros over hoes. So and like I said, we watching this in real time. We seeing it. We seeing it play out. We seeing it unfold. And we like that's one reason why we saying y'all scammers. Because now you just off your message. Like you not even doing the things that you see you doing all that stuff. Now you talking about playing the game with your boys and like possibly running trains on girls, because like they talking about bros over hoes and polygamy and all that stuff, and all these girls running in and out the house. What do you think they doing up in there? So uh, it's crazy. That's how I feel. But yeah. Only one hard knock beat set and leave your personal life off YouTube. Yeah, yeah, that's one thing too. Like, I mean, some people don't mind their personal life being on YouTube. If you one of the people who like broadcasting your personal life or broadcasting certain information, like I'm a person who disclose certain information. I'm not going to let the whole world know my whole life story or whatever. But I think some transparency is good. It's just that just be aware that it can also be used against you. So if you know that in the back of your mind, if you're well aware of that, then you should be fine. See, but like although I'm a new YouTuber who's older in age. I'm older than young Pharaoh. I'm 37 years old, and it's not just my age, but it's my upbringing. The people I've been around, like I'm an '80s baby. You know what I mean? Like my childhood was the late '80s, early '90s. So I'm the last of the Mohegans. I grew up with that family structure. I was the last that had the mom and the dad and the grandparents in the house and married and all that stuff for 40 plus years and all that stuff. And you got community behind whoopings. If you was bad in school, the teacher will whoop you and then call your mom and dad, and then mom whoop you, and then when dad got home for work, he would whoop you, and things like that was my generation. That was my generation. So personally, I say all that to say that I feel like I'm different as far as with that, as far as like my mental, my thinking, and all that stuff. Because as we all know, and like I said before, I'm going to keep saying it. My generation, because we were the last who got behind whoopings, it traumatized most of us. Because we felt like it was abuse. And when I was growing up, that's when they started trying to talk about child abuse and introducing alternative ways to discipline your children and all that stuff. So my generation was the last that got their behinds whoopings, but the first to start trying to implement, friendship with children, and and not really trying to be parents and all that stuff, but friendships. And because of that, I believe that my generation was the cause of all this downfall of, the deterioration of the younger generations, because there's no community. It's all individualism. Like, there's no community. Like, it used to be a time where, like I said, you did something wrong, the whole community know about it and they all got involved. Now it's all, you can't touch my kids, I wish somebody would, blah blah blah, like that. Like, now, to be fair, I understand, because some people got mental issues and they go overboard. But back in the day, when it was a community, it was trust, and we know who to trust with our kids and who not to. And we had that balance, and we had that family structure. And that's why a lot of us my age and older are a little, you find that we a little more calmer and cooler and more level-headed than the younger generation, because they just so, what's the word y'all use now, triggered. It's just everybody just so damn triggered all of a sudden. It's like you just triggered all the time. There's no reasoning. There's no room for conversation. It's just, I'm mad, I'm upset, you offended me, something needs to be done about that. That's the society we're living in. Chase Collins said, all of this being said, I can't wait for YP next video. Yo, me and you both. I can't wait either. I'm just dying to see what it's about. Chase also says, I got beat bad. Yeah, I got my behind whooped. Like, you know what's crazy? I got borderline abuse. It probably was abuse. I got those whoopings where, like, they was holding my arms and legs, like they'll have me in the air. Someone on the left hand side got my left arm, left feet, right feet, and I couldn't move. And then somebody in the middle just be beating me. Like, what type of shit is that? And they would take turns. Then somebody would let go the arm and take the belt, and then, like, it would just be like a circle, like a musical chair behind whooping. I used to get musical chair behind whoopings. So I definitely understand, but I think that's what, because of that, because of the fear of getting beat by 10 or 20 people at a time, it grounded me. It made me, you know, one of those type of people, like, thought about what I was going to do before I did it, because of the fear of me getting whooped by a whole village. You get what I'm saying? And I think, you know, not necessarily just the whole physical beating part, but just the community discipline, and just being, a community and a family oriented on raising our kids, and making sure we all on the same page, as far as, like, them being good, and knowing that, letting them know that we all on the same page. If something you do wrong, you're going to be disciplined by all of us. If we got back to that point, I think we'll see a real change in these younger kids and all that stuff for the better. That's how I feel. Chase Collins says, "No, I didn't get beat that bad. I deserve most of them. It was with the belt." Yeah, I got beat real bad. It was pretty messed up. Queen Mon thinks that YP is under MK Ultra. And that's so funny. Young Pharaoh, he done plenty of videos about MK Ultra. And a lot of y'all, if y'all don't know what MK Ultra is, it's kind of like You watched the original movie Manchurian Candidate that came out like back in the 50s and 60s, or you can watch the remake with Denzel Washington and I forget the white boy name. But MK Ultra is just supposed to be like a government programs, brainwash stuff like that. And there's been speculations over the years that a lot of the people that we look up to is like that. So I mean, who knows? Just me said, "What the fuck? That's torture." No, it's funny now. She said it's not. That's not even funny. It's not funny, but you laughing though. You got them laughing emojis. Uh, it's funny now because I can laugh at it. That was I was 30. I'm 37. That was like when I was like 6, 7 years old. That was like 30 years ago. So me thinking about it now, I can laugh at it. But at the time, no, it definitely wasn't funny. It hurt. Only one hard not beat says if we demonstrate and show our children real love, things will be better. People having attachment and expectation doesn't understand that it causes their own suffering. So we need to learn to rid those things from our nature. Yeah, I think. I mean, I don't necessarily think that attachment is a negative. I think expectations can be a crutch though, because a lot of us have high expectations, and then when those expectations are meet, we get disappointed, we get in despair, we get depressed, anxiety, all that stuff. So um I kind of that your response was 50-50. Like I think attachments is cool, but expectations, yeah, I think we can probably uh get rid of them, or at least not rely on them as much. Chase Collins says YP got big dreams, but he really think he about to take over the world. He got bread, but not that much. How you going to start a bank giving loans out with no interest? Yeah, I mean, you gotta look at it. It's the clout. It's the clout chase. As far as that, like when he made that video talking about that stuff, it's pretty much a talking point. The bragging rights to say that you at a level now that you can afford to give people money to buy like a Lamborghini, money like down payment on a car and all that stuff like that, like a loan, so he not really like a bank, like he really is more so really like a loan shark if you ask me, for real. But I don't even necessarily think that he really going to go that route. I think it's just like I said, it's like a just a clout chase, just to say that you're able to do it. It's kind of like eating gold. Any of y'all ever had ate gold before, like the edible gold, like the gold sheets? Like it's I used to be a chef and I worked at like a couple 5-star restaurants, so we used to have that stuff there, especially like when we had to make certain foods and the cake, like the golden steak, tomahawk steaks, and all that stuff. And um, I remember sneaking and eating one. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is basically just saying that when I ate it, it dissolved in your mouth real fast and it don't taste like nothing. It's just bragging rights. It's just to say that you ate it, just to say that I ate gold, and I use that analogy for the YP analogy, same thing, like he ain't no bank and all that stuff. We know all that stuff, but because he got money and he can afford to buy people stuff now he just like, well, all right, well, shoot, I'm about to start my own bank. I'm about to be loaning people stuff because I got money, I can do it. It's pretty much just that, just bragging rights, just to say that I can do it. That's all. Like I don't really put too much stock into it. Only hard one, only only one hard knock beats that attachment causes tension. Yeah, attachment causes tension, but like I said, attachment is good. Like so, because I like when we looking at attach. Like, see, I look at it from a point of me having kids. I have kids. I got three of them. I got daughters. So of course I'm going to be attached to my kids, and my kids are going to be attached to me. So when I look at attachment, when we talk about attachment in those contexts, that's how I'm looking at it. Now I'm not sure how you looking at it. You said attachment is causes tension. That may be true. In a lot of cases that is true. But when you talk about someone you love and you talk about children and all that stuff, a lot of things causes tension. Love can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. You know, resent can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing, depending on depending on the person. See, it's like, see, we use these words and we use this stuff, but like I said, like I'm a person about details. I like to get to the nitty gritty stuff, so I don't use these words and all that stuff as the overall thing of everybody. It's the person. You know, like I said, women can be good and women can be not, you know, bad. Same thing can be men. Men too. They can be a good person. They can be a bad person. It's all on the individual. It's all on how you handle stuff. So if if a certain individual handle attachment the wrong way, then that's that particular person's problem. That's not the problem of the whole society. Dream with Brain, great commentary and great interaction. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you joining the live chat, and hopefully, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. You know, hit the bell notification icon, hit the like button. I totally appreciate it. That way, you'll be notified every time I upload anything else, and that goes for anybody else on here. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Um, you know, hit the bell notification icon, hit the subscribe button, and join me every time I upload something or go live. Cause I think I'm gonna go live probably every day now, at least once a day. I'm gonna go twice a day because I'm gonna go later on tonight. But don't expect me to go twice every day in the future. Like that's not. I'm gonna keep it funky. I'm not gonna do that. But I will do it today because I already planned on doing it. But yeah, just join me because I'm gonna try to go live at least 5 or 6 days a week. I might miss a day here and there, but I think me making live streams is one of my new things I'm gonna do. I don't, like I said, I don't really make live streams. I've been doing it the last few days, but it's new for me. So I like the interaction. I like to keep doing this, so I want to do that. Um, Chase Collins said, I subscribe and like. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And Chase, I appreciate all the comments too. Like you actually was putting me on to some stuff too. I truly appreciate it. Only one hard knock beat said, I wish you had an open call show so that I could explain what I'm talking about. But I get your point. Now, I kind of get what you're saying too, but as far as the first part of open call show, actually I'm working on that now. I'm gonna or like a or maybe a alternative like StreamYard. I'm about to maybe start doing live streams and doing it on StreamYard so I can have y'all like I can have a panel and have people come in and join me. So I might do it in the next couple of days. It'll definitely be done by before next week. I know that for sure. But yeah, I'm going to do that. So so stream say stream your work. That's what I use. Yeah, I know a lot of other people use it too. Like I've been on other people platforms that got StreamYard. Like my guy lead attorney. I've been on his platform, and he got StreamYard. So and a few other people's platforms I've been on. So I figured, shoot, I'm also everybody else using it. It seemed like it's easy access. I've done a couple of not done reviews. I've looked at a few reviews on it, so it seemed easy to use. So I'm gonna give it a shot. So but yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. So that's a thank you. Only one hard knock beats. I'm definitely gonna do that. Chase Collins says YP probably watching this for real, for real. Well, if he is watching it, then I will say that young Pharaoh or anybody from Otter Nation or any supporter of Young Pharaoh or anybody who actually talked to them, shoot, anybody, one of his baby moms from Golden Beauty to any of the other ones. If you're someone who know Young Pharaoh personally, who can get in contact with him, then I'm not even going to say watch this video because that part don't really matter. I would just say to y'all, if y'all really someone who know him and really care for him or got some type of love, some type of respect for him, whatever, some admiration, whatever, then get that boy some help. You know, because we see it spiral out of control. Now, at first few days, it was just speculation. We just thinking that it was just he just being real animated, like because he, like I said, he's always animated, and we just thinking that he probably just taking it to the next level. But now I think we at the point where it's though that we actually realize that no, it's a real problem. It's something real wrong that's going on, and he need help. Like that's just point blank and period. He really need help. So if YP watching this, get help, brother. If any of his fan supporters or anybody who know him personally, anybody who can talk to him, who can get in contact with him, or know someone who can get in contact with him, have an intervention. Have an intervention with that man and do something. Like that boy got kids, he got supporters, he got people looking up to him and all that, and do something about those two leeches. That's because I think are they living with him right now? Because I think they're living in his house right now. Like get them out of there. Because if they really cared about him, or if they were really the general and the major, and really down for the cause, like they portraying that they are, then they will trying to get this boy help instead of just sitting on the sideline just saying yes to everything he say, or yeah, or just sitting there just recording. Like it's corny. So Sheila McLean says, I love your channel. I've been rocking with you for a while. Gotta go. Peace. Thank you, Sheila. I really appreciate you. And have a safe day. I don't know. It's raining where I'm at. So if it's raining where you at, just make sure you got an umbrella. Chase Collins said his last two videos was wild as F. Yeah, it was. Really wild. Those the like I said, like that's the point of this live stream. Those the videos that get you arrested. Those the videos that get you some time. So I ain't checked yet because I'm still doing this live. But after I'm done, I'm going to see if he finally uploaded a video because thus far he haven't done anything yet. And based on those two videos that he posted, I want to see what's going on with him. Sheila McLean said, "Do you think at this point intervention will work?" I mean, you always gotta give it a try. Like the way I look at stuff, the way I try to look at stuff anyway. And some days it can be harder than others. Like let me make that clear first. But the way I try to look at stuff is, as long as you got breath, as long as you got life in your body, then there's always a chance. It's only too late when it's too late. You get what I'm saying? Like it's only too late when it's too late. But as long as if God is blessing you with the ability to wake up every single morning, then I that's the point where I might be naively optimistic on, because I try to look at I look at as we all got an opportunity to change. Now that it can be hard for most of us, and then you got some people who are just plain evil. But the majority of us, yeah, I think as long as we got life is opportunity. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's always he can change. Facts. Yeah, facts. Thank you. Chase Collins says it's pouring rain here. He he hasn't posted yet. I keep refreshing. Oh, so he hasn't. Where's pouring rain at? Where you at? I'm in Philadelphia. Philadelphia, PA. It was raining here. Is it raining where y'all at? Where y'all at in the world? Nikki Justice on the run. She thinks that I'm making excuses for young. She called him young. You funny. She said not facts, BS. I mean, yeah. Like I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like I'm not one of them people who just just banish you from just stuff like. And that's funny. I notice a lot of people here on YouTube do that. Once someone says something and do something that you don't necessarily agree with, here comes the cancel culture. Here comes the banishing. Here comes the trolling in the comment sections and all that stuff. And for a minute I got caught up with all that stuff, and I was getting it too. Like when I was making videos about the Kwame Brown and Hassan Campbell situation, and you got their supporters and all that stuff, um, coming at me and stuff, making videos about them and stuff, or you got Kwame Brown supporters thinking that I'm hating and supporting Hassan Campbell, so they unsubscribe or and then tell me they unsubscribe and all that stuff. Like, okay, fine. Like that's not gonna make me or break me. But like I bring all that up to say that, and I keep saying this, and I said it before, I said it last night. Like we living in this hive mentality, this hive herd mentality. Like we can't disagree without it being just a disagreement, and that's it. It got to be, the person is this or is that, when it got to be constant trolling on their videos or their community tabs, all this stuff, or just a bunch of dumb stuff. And that's kind of the reason why I stopped making videos about certain people, and just like just to stand out of that stuff, because it's like I keep saying, I try to be um I'm not trying to be in all that stuff. And personally, I'm not afraid or ashamed to say that I would delete a comment or delete a troll. If I feel as though you're a troll or something, I would delete you in a minute. Like, I don't care about that stuff. People think that we're supposed to leave stuff up there. Like, if it's out, if it, like, same thing for you. Like, for you, for example, if someone came into your house and was causing all sorts of ruckus, you want to kick that person out, right? You gonna let them stay there and just leave their feet on your couch? I.e., Rick James, Dave Chappelle. No, you're gonna kick them. You're gonna body beat them until they crawl out, and you're gonna kick them out your house. Same thing. Like, you don't have to, and that goes for y'all too. You don't have to allow people. Like, it's okay to distance yourself from drama, from hate, from trolls. Like, you don't have to put up with it. Like, people think that you have to put up with it. No, you don't have to. If distancing yourself, if erasing things, deleting comments, blocking people, if that helps you maintain some type of peace and balance in your life, then go ahead and block away. Like that's my whole point. That's how I look at it. Chase Collins said Hassan funny. I like Hassan Campbell. Yeah, Hassan is funny, right? He is a funny bomb boy. I don't really got no good or bad opinions about him. He's just a content creator, and it's just news for me. You know, I really don't got nothing good or bad to say about him for real, for real. Sheila McLean says, "Yeah, everyone want to pick sides and not come together." It be grown men and women trolling. This my government name, Chase Collins. Right, and that's what I say too. Like it's and that's what I realize. It's not because you will think that all these people in the comment sections will be kids. No, they be grown behind women. They be grown women and grown grown men and women. You see this stuff all the time. Sometimes I click on their channel just to see. Like sometimes some people sometimes they don't even think that they actually got a channel, a page, or I mean like they might be a small like they might got only 4 subscribers, something like that, but they got their actual government name or they roll pictures, or they might had just like posted recordings of just a family outing or whatever, not on no content creator stuff, but just posting stuff on YouTube and probably done it like 4 or 5 years ago. Not even thinking about, but now they just watch videos and just trolling and stuff. So like I used to click on their page and it's like, yo, it's an actual person. It's a grown man or a grown woman, and y'all on here like weird stuff. And it's like if stuff bother you that much, delete yourself. You know, like people say, I'm unsubscribing or I'll unsubscribe. Like you can unsubscribe. Like that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fair. I've made a community tab post about that maybe a month or so ago, saying that I would rather people unsubscribe than just be trolls and all that stuff. Like this is it's not is never a good thing. And like I tell you all the time, I'm petty. So I don't want to be petty to y'all. Like, cause I be real petty in certain areas of my life from people because some certain people deserve it. And I'm like I used to be like I'm in shape now, but I used to be real fat. I used to be 300 pounds. So uh and I grew up fat all my life. So all my life I got bust on, teased on, all this stuff. And it's a point where I'm bringing all this stuff up. So I had to develop thick skin over the years, and I had to be witty and I had to come back fast with stuff, or I was just gonna, get teased and bust on and be all fun and all bad and stuff. So I became real thorough and good at it. Now you fast forward, I'm not that person no more, but I still got the same wittiness and all that stuff. So like I'm ranting right now, but the whole point is it gets to a point where you become petty, and sometimes I get it because sometimes when people who are messing with you and picking on you, you just want to get petty with them, and then it makes you feel good, like all right, now you messing with me, trying to hurt me, now I'm gonna hurt you. And then once you start saying it works, you're like, all right, now I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep being petty because you started it. Now I'm gonna finish it. Like I'm one of those type of people, and I be like I try not to be no more because it's like life is bigger than that. But if I'm going to be perfectly honest with y'all, because I keep trying to tell y'all about transparency, then if I'm honest with y'all, I still have my moments when I still do that. And 9 times out of 10, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it real good. And I'm not trying to get to the point where I got to do that on YouTube. That's corny. Because like I said before, like I had to do it on Facebook groups a lot. Like I got way before I started YouTube channel, I got Facebook groups, which I still got. and some of them got a few thousand members, some of them got a couple hundreds, whatever. And some of y'all probably are subscribed to these groups or whatever if you're on Facebook, because y'all know like certain like it's groups on Facebook called Kevin Samuels fans, and like most eligible bachelor, all that stuff like that. Well, believe it or not, I'm actually like a an admin on a few of those groups. So it'd be a lot of back and forth with especially like men and women in these type of groups. It's always an argument every single day. Is a debate about what men are supposed to do with women, vice versa, and all that stuff. And you got people in there just trolling back and forth, just trolling. And you got and well, at one point I had people who trying to troll me, and I said this before in one of my videos. It was like 500-600 people all coming at me, like they all was coming at me. And if you didn't have thick skin, you were like most people do when they all come at them. They start trying to delete their comments or delete their posts, and then they'll exit the group. Like the people will make the person leave the actual group. And I like the smoke, So and I'm petty enough to respond to every single last post, every single last comment one by one. Like I got time, and it gets to points where I make those people start deleting, and this whole rant I'm bringing up is like you got to be careful on who y'all start picking y'all battles with, like picking y'all fights with, because some people can portray themselves to be one way. They could be cool, but that's only because they're not trying to be petty. They're not trying to take that extra bound and stupid because it's not worth it. And I notice a lot of people here online, not just on YouTube, but just I can't even say online, just in general in life. A lot of people start stuff with people assuming that they're weaker, assuming that they're soft, but then when that person comes out to be somebody different, then they want to play victim. Now all of a sudden, oh, I'm shocked. Like, no, but you started this though. Like you the one started it. Let's finish it. See, but most people don't not like that. Most people are punks. They bullies. They want you to fold, under the pressure and everything. And they so shocked when you just so happen to be that person who don't fall for the stuff. But I know I've been talking a little bit too much. Right. 43 Coco 1 says when you find a tender spot, you exploited that. That's what they will do to you. Exactly. And that's basically how I kind of done my thing, because that's all what it's about. It's about exploitation. Someone always trying to find something to exploit you about. So you got to either get to and this whole conversation can help you out, can help a person out just having thick skin or not letting things get to you as much, because it's all about like exposing. When people expose people, especially if it's not like something legal, if it's just like an explosion of something that's embarrassing or something like that, well, a lot of people can't handle that stuff because they're afraid what others are going to think about them. But when you find yourself in those type of situations, what I say is you be rabbit 8 mile Eminem your way out of it. Like, all right, own up to your stuff or whatever. Let that stuff be known. And and it's like once you own up to everything, once you have full transparency, then it's like what you gonna tell these people about me that they don't already know? Like come with something different. Like that's what I used to say about like when like back in the day when I used to be real big. Like the only thing people used to say about me, the only thing they could say about me was I was fat. They're like, "Oh, you fat, you real obese." you know, like I'm older, so so when I was a kid, you remember remember WWF? Like this is way before it was WWE. It was called WWF. And remember in the early '90s, remember the wrestler Yokozuna? the fat one who used to sit on people who looked like the real life version of E Honda from Street Fighter. Like people used to bust on me, call me Yokozuna. So, see, but when they bust on me, said that, I used to laugh with them because it was funny. It was funny. And then I would call myself Yokozuna and all that stuff too. So it kind of takes the sting off, and it makes them feel kind of a little stupid because you're like, all right, whatever. And then I used to say like, all right, well, when I lose weight, what you gonna be able to say? Like that's the only thing you can say is I'm fat. But you ugly, you dirty, you stink. You got missing teeth, although all your adult teeth already grew in, and you're only like 13, 14 years old. Like so, like you gotta you just gotta be witty with this stuff and come back. And you gotta have thick skin. That's for some people it could be easier said than done. But I grew up in urban communities. I grew up in the projects. I grew up in a time in a place where as though um you had to develop early or you'll be lost in the trenches. So, this mentality may not work for everybody. This may not be for you. And I'm well aware of that. But for a lot of us, uh, and it's not necessarily mean like you got to be hood, you got to be street and all that stuff. But as far as the pettiness, it may not be for a lot of y'all. But I think having thick skin, I think all of us, I think that should apply for all of us because it's too sensitive nowadays. It's so much sensitivity. No one can say anything. No one can do anything without someone being offended. Without you trying to get someone in trouble. And that's another thing. Like, while people keep trying to get people in trouble, like, don't you know, like this is my life. Like when people try to get people in trouble at work. Like when people keep snitching on you, trying to tell the supervisor, and like you can't get fired. And it's so hard out here to get another job for some people, or because they may not have skills, or just whatever the case may be. And it's like you sit up here, keep trying to keep trying to snitch because for whatever reason, because you may not personally like me, or you trying to brown nose the boss, or maybe seem like you trying to make yourself look better. But I got my kids and stuff to feed. I got these bills to pay. And if I lose my job, I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to get by. But you think you're going to just snitch on me? Like, this is where a lot of all this violence and all this stuff come in at, because it's like a lot of y'all live in a bubble. Like, a lot of people don't think about, the repercussions of doing stuff like that. I know several people who got hurt for getting someone fired. Like, and I hate for me to say, and I don't want to mention no names, but I know someone who got, I don't know nobody personally who got killed, but I know someone who got put in a hospital real bad. Probably should have got killed the way he got messed up for snitching on someone, and that person came back right after he got off work and messed him up because he got that man fired. So like, and the crazy part about it is, you fast forward now, the dude who beat the person up, he like in and out of jail or whatever. Like, I think he out now, but he in and out of jail. But at the time, we was working at Cozy's together, he was like he was a cook, good employee. He probably would have been there now to this day. But because someone snitched on him, and this is not a defense. This is not me advocating, or that's what that person got for snitching on them. Like, because that's I don't want y'all to think that I'm advocating that. But what I'm saying is, the reality of it is, those things are real. These things happen. And because of the time, because of the world we're living in, because of uncertainty, because of these new variants and strains and all this stuff, and people don't know how they're going to make their next dollar and how they're going to pay their bills and all that stuff. A lot of us got to start really taking this stuff in consideration and really understand, because like we're going to be, soon it might be in a time where it's like civil unrest and all that stuff, and you think you trying to snitch on somebody, and so that's just my take. Once you own up to your shortcomings, they cannot use it as a weapon against you. Yeah, I think so too. Once you own up to all that stuff, it can't be used against you. Now, it's not to say they won't try, because of course they're going to try. That's people will do. They're going to try their best efforts. They're going to try whatever they can, even if it already came out that you done did something and you already paid for it. People going still going to try to run it through the mill just to add that little bit of more fuel to the fire. But in most cases, it's just not going to work because people kind of already know. So most people it's gonna be like, all right, well, you got to come again, come with something better. It's like, because it's not like what's that old saying? It's not what have you done for me, is what have you done for me lately. So you can kind of use that same analogy, the same thing. Like, all right, but what has that person done now? Like that person was like, they can use that stuff now, but they, us, it's a fast time we live in. Everything is fast, snappy. We need something fresh. We need that excitement. So um that's where that part comes in at. Mm. Where's the dick? 43 Coco 1 says, oh, I think she said it at Nikki. Justice. Young Pharaoh is lame. Maybe deception. Maybe that's his job. Why you say that? Only one hard knock beat says, I live a life of balance, so I'm neutral in every situation I possibly can. Yeah, me too. I try to be as neutral as I possibly can too. Although it's not like we gonna be real. We can't do it all the time. Like we do pick sides and stuff. That's human nature. But I think if we try to live a life of balance and try to live as stress free as possible, then being neutral is probably the best way to go. Stand in your middle ground, stand in the middle, or just being out of the situation altogether. You don't want to be caught up in any of that stuff. Chase Collins said, "No, I'm not on Facebook. Been on Facebook since 2006. Damn, shoot, I think I started my Facebook like 2008, 2009. But that was my original page. I said last night my original page got deleted because of a lot of the stuff that I've been put. A lot of the stuff that YP, see, that's another thing. A lot of stuff that YP was posting last year about controversial stuff. I was posting a lot of stuff like that too on my original Facebook page. That's why my original Facebook page that I had since 2008 or 2009 got deleted, and I had to start a whole new page either late January, I mean, early January this year or late December last year. Like all my pictures, all videos and stuff, everything that I accumulated over the years all got disabled because Facebook felt like I was not following community guidelines. Same thing goes for this platform as well. Before I got monetized, I could have been monetized way before I did, but I had community guideline strikes because of things that I was posting. So I had to learn how to tiptoe around things and tread lightly. I said last night my channel used to be called Let's Talk Controversial Topics, but I had to change that too because controversial topics is maybe something you can talk about, but it's probably not a good well, not probably. It's not a good idea to have it in as the title of your channel or in the thumbnails of your videos and the descriptions because they these platforms frown on stuff like that. So I had to learn, I had to evolve, I had to revamp, and now we're trending the hot topics. So that's it. I'm gonna read one more, and then I'm gonna end this live stream right now. And I got some stuff I gotta take care of, and then I'll do another live stream tonight, talking about the infamous Qua and Lou, the two new flunkies of young Pharaoh. 43 Coco 1 says, it's all about choices, but there are repercussions and consequences to everything. Yes, 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 yes. Repercussions. Hold on. Sheila McLean says, you funny. I love that you're laughing about it. The kids used to say that to me. A full apple. Sheila here in the back. I'm sorry, Sheila. That's funny. I don't mean to laugh, but that's funny. She said the kids used to say to me, a full apple, J full jack. Sheila ain't got no hair. Yo, kids are cruel, ain't they? I tell my daughters that all the time. That's why I be trying to tell my daughters, y'all to stay clean, healthy, try to keep in shape and all that stuff. Because kids are mean, and it seems like as the generation is going on, they getting more and more relentless. Like, so it's crazy. But yeah, they call me Yokozuna. Yeah, they call me Yokozuna. And then it got to a point when I was a teenager, and I started getting a little bigger and stuff. And I used to have long hair, and I had long braids, and this is way before I had facial hair. So, oh man, I probably wouldn't regret me saying this, but it was certain girls I used to try to talk to. They wouldn't talk to me back like 2000, like in the year 2000, 2001, because they thought I was a dyke. Because I was fat and I had titties, and it was hanging. And I had long hair. I had braids. I looked like Queen Latifah. All set it off. Like, so so they yeah, I remember, like I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna end the video. I was on a cruise. In 2001, we went to Cozumel, Mexico. We was on the Carnival Cruise Line on the Celebration, to be exact, on the Celebration ship. We had to catch a plane from Philly to Houston, and then we caught the shuttle bus from the airport in Houston to Galveston, Texas, because that's where the ship was docked at in Galveston. And so we Philly boys, and the ship was from Texas. So like it was people scattered a little bit from here and there all over, but majority of everybody from on the boat was from like Texas or whatever. It was like Southerners, whatever. So we went to Mexico, we went to Cozumel and all that stuff. Long story short, me and my cousins was talking to these girls on the ship. I think I still remember their name. One name was Lauren, one name was April. And at the time, Lauren was like real bad. Like this was like 2001 bad. Like she had the titties, butts, all that stuff. So she wouldn't give me no play. She wouldn't give me no. And the reason why she wouldn't give me no play at first, oh my god, because she swore up and down that I was a girl. She was like, and she had that southern accent. So if you from the South, forgive me, but I gotta try to do it. But she was like, I was like, what's up? Come here. I'm trying to like hold up her arm, like come here. And she like showing off. She kept doing like this, and she was like, oh, I don't do that. I don't talk that way. So she kept saying that. So I'm thinking she gay. Like, but she don't talk to dudes. But the whole time she's thinking I'm gay. So we in the club, because it was a club on a cruise, and the club was popping too. It was called the Galaxy, and the music was loud, so I couldn't really hear what she was saying at first. So my cousin was sitting on the other side, so he heard it because she was like getting closer to him, pushing away from me, and she's like, "I don't talk to girls." And I just see him start laughing because he heard what she said. I kind of heard, but I ain't really hear. I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "I don't talk to girls." I'm like, "Girls?" She's like, "Yeah, I don't talk to." She's like, "I'm strictly dickly. Like, I talk to men, all that stuff." I'm like, "I don't know, damn girl." Now I'm getting real upset. And then I'm trying to talk, and then she was like, "What she said?" She said she did one of these things. She looked at me like she really looked at me in disgust, and she said, shaking my head. She was like, "That is a shame." She said, "You trying so hard to be a boy." I was when she said that, my, my two cousins started dying laughing on the floor. So my oldest cousin, after he stopped laughing, she was like, "All right, cuz." He's like, "All right, look, you ain't gonna keep." He was told, he's like, "All right, look, you ain't gonna keep playing my little cousin like that." He like, "Look, cuz, show her your what's in it. You all know what I'm trying to say." He like, "Show her." I'm like, "What? You want me to pour it out for you? I'll show you." So after I did all that, she finally believed me and all that stuff, and it was okay. It was smooth selling after that. But yeah, that first few hours was a doozy. And at the time I was so embarrassed. Like, see, now y'all see me, I'm cracking up about it right now. I can laugh about it. But at the time, oh my god, I was so embarrassed. It was embarrassing. And that wasn't the only incident though, but that was like the most. That wasn't the only incident where someone thought I was a female, but that was the most funniest one. That was the most memorable. but but yes, I just wanted to get that out there. All right, so I'm just gonna end this video right here. But join me later on tonight. I probably go live like I did last night, like around like 10 p.m. I'm gonna put the I'll put it up on Facebook so y'all can be notified. But so make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification. Make sure you click the bell icon to all. So once I do decide to go live, y'all will be notified and y'all see the time and everything, so y'all can join me later on tonight. But I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the interaction. I appreciate all the comments, and I'll see y'all the next one. All right, peace.